Hey, so what's good, YouTube? It's about 4:30 in the morning right now, and I just want to talk to anyone who's pursuing a goal that takes a lot of time, and that there's no element of security. It's not like a degree where you know you're a certain amount of credits or classes away, where maybe you don't even know exactly how many years it's going to take or what the endpoint's going to look like. Because when your goal is based on your soul, then there's never going to be a specific endpoint other than a uh, conceptual result. Like, oh, I want to be this type of person. I want to be an influential person globally to this specific demographic, and I want to influence them in an empowering way in regards to, like, let's say music. So where does that end up? Obviously, then we set in the details, but I'm talking to anyone who's got a goal like that. Basically, there's no telling when you should take a rest day, when you should hustle double time, when you should ask for help, or when you should have faith. When should you keep going down the same route, or when should you pivot? These are all things that you have to use your soul for. And maybe you'll go down the wrong way first, but then it turns into you knowing what to do because you made that mistake before. So it gets to this point of feeling like a failure and then being like, wait a minute. No, I'm not a failure. I needed that in order to win. So maybe only the failures could be winners. That's what I'm trying to talk about today. How don't be too hard on yourself when you putting the pieces together, because when you're solving a puzzle, like you buy a puzzle as a kid or as an adult, and you're putting the puzzle together, you don't ever feel like a failure when you're trying to put a piece in. You're like, no, that's just not where it goes right now. Let me work on this other part. And then once I figure out this part, maybe I can find where that piece goes. How ridiculous would it be to call yourself a failure in that building stage when you're trying to scope out the landscape? So, without rambling too much, I want you guys to see life in that regard. I think that'll be helpful to ease up on your anxieties and to ease up on your judgments of yourself. Obviously, we all want to do better. We all want to be better. That just comes from showing up every day, you know, not making mistakes. It comes from putting 100% of your energy and effort towards progress, not doing something you're going to regret. Don't be getting too drunk. Do your push ups and all that. Like right now, I'm a little bit sick. So rather than calling off work, I got up earlier, about an hour and a half earlier than normal, so that way I can get ahead of the game. Because if I'm sick, then shit, life gonna be sick too. Because I'm not gonna let it dictate my day. It just means I'm gonna have to put forth an extra step because I'm not losing this day. And maybe a doctor might be like, oh, that's terrible. You should be resting. Well, like I said, this is when you have to listen to the soul, because my self esteem wouldn't like the fact that I can't do what I want to do. So, be as it may, I'm going to drink more water, take a walk around the block. Now it's about 4:35. I'm going to walk the dog around the block. And we're going to start today early with a nice audio book from Master Key Society, The Science of Being Great, by I don't know who it's by. It's by Eugene or by Wallace D. Waddles. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. Y'all get the message. This is a big puzzle. Solve what you could solve today. Get that done. Boom, boom. And just keep working it. Keep working it. Keep working it. Another piece. Another piece. Another piece. Maybe it's not the piece like it's got a character's face on that piece. It seemed like that's an important piece. Maybe it's just one of those blue pieces that go in the sky. Just because they're not going to celebrate what you did today don't mean you didn't do shit today. Didn't mean you didn't need to do that shit today. Because if we're doing it for applause, shit, we all would have stopped a long time ago, huh?